On this week's episode of RCTV, I'm here with my good buddy Cameron. Cameron, on this week's episode, you know what we're going to see? We're going to see a fantastic builder named Carl Buckhuber with a Stratoliner plane. It's a huge plane. Wait till you see this, you won't believe it. And then we're going to be doing some off-road racing at Eliminator RC, and then some fast electric boats, and what else?
Nick, boat racing from London.
And more boat racing from London. Here we go, right to the action.
Eliminator RC presents RCTV, your radio-controlled authority. Brought to you in part by RC Pit Stop, bringing the best of RC to BC since 1989. And John's Hobbies, Toronto's local hobby store. With your host, Nick Rack.
We're here in London, Ontario to watch the Northern Nats boat racing. Some fantastic on-water action. Let's go check out the action, folks. We're here today in London, Ontario at the Northern Nats with Vincent from Livonia, Michigan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What made you come up to this event today?
It's one of my favorite events every year. The people are great, the functions run very smoothly, and I enjoy the company of many other boaters that come out here. This particular event, they do nitro, they do gas. I'm believing it's around 12 to 15 classes.
Now tell me about some of those classes.
Some of the classes that you have are like this one here. This would be the gas catamaran class. The yellow boat behind you would be the gas hydro class. Some of the other boats, they have hydros and catamarans as well with different nitro engines. Riggers, Thunderboat class that's coming on new in the past couple years, and they run a stock motor and it keeps everybody on a pretty even keel for power plants.
If you were a beginner and you wanted to come out, and which would be the best class to actually get into?
A lot of people recommend the catamaran and the mono class. The mono class seems to be the popular one. I prefer the catamaran. I think it's a little easier to steer and go around the corners with. The mono as well is a good class to start with. To get into a new boat, you can spend anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000, depending on how elaborate you want to get.
I've seen some guys race some of the smaller boats. Are those ones around the same prices as well?
Some of the smaller stuff, they're starting to do some ready-to-run classes. They're electrics they're using the LiPo batteries and the brushless motors.
Yeah.
And they're not really, a lot of clubs don't run them, but if they get enough people with interest on them, they will run a ready-to-run class.
Okay, we're going to look at Roger Hallam's 1/8 scale nitro boat here. Now Roger, I've been noticing that the way that they start the race, how the clock actually counts down to 0. Now give me some of the strategy, what you should be doing.
Well, you have 2.5 minutes to get your boat in the water before the start of the race, and you want to be milling around at a good speed to keep the boat up on plane. So basically we try to strategize yourself to be about 30 seconds behind the clock so that we can do a fast lap, and then by about 5 seconds we want to be hitting buoy number 5, and then give it the old gusto and be heading right for the inside lane if you can get to it. If you can't, then you try and come on the outside, swing out wide. And
besides that, is there a strategy towards the end of the race as well?
if you're in the lead, you want to make sure you're driving in lane 1. You don't want to be going out to 2 or 3, because as soon as you come off 2 or any of the buoys out wide, that gives the guy behind you, if he's closer, oh, he's going to give me an opening. I'm going to sneak in there.
Now, I've seen a couple guys racing. As they're coming around the corner, they're going wide in that far end, and then they're cutting in on the boys. Is that giving you a bit more speed, or is
Not really. The problem is what you're doing there is you're also shutting the door down too, but you got to be careful because as soon as you go wide, you've left your lane, and that leaves the lane open. So you have to be careful because you have to have a 3-boat length to cut back in front of somebody, otherwise...
Is that a rule?
Yes.
Oh, so that's an actual rule.
Yes,
okay.
you must have 3-boat
I mean, if I see you there, I can't jostle in behind you like I can in front of you.
Well, if you want to go in behind me, that's your choice, but you're gonna get nailed with my rooster tail, and depending on the kind of cowl you have on your boat, you're gonna get washed out.
Listen to all these great tips, folks. Get on the water and have some great fun. Boy, we had a great time today in the Northern Nats here in London, Ontario, folks. You get your RC boats on the water and have a great time. Take care.